Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is our Twin Flame live card reading for the Divine Masculine. Thank you for joining us. Today we have Christine, Lisi, and Christina, and we're all certified Ascension coaches, and we are here to do a live reading for you and maybe answer some questions that you are having in your consciousness about the Divine Masculine. Our goal is to really help you get clear and to be able to understand your divine masculine on a deeper, loving level. And for the divine masculines that are joining us, this will probably help you just feel more grounded and a deeper understanding of where you are energetically. So, yeah, let's get started. I'm excited to feel into this and see what we have here in store. So, we will start with Christine and go from there.
Awesome. So I already pulled the card for everyone that is joining us right now from the Lover's Oracle deck. These are very beautiful cards. And our first card is this lady over here, the Divine Feminine and the Heart. She's in nature next to a tree. And the text reads, "Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances that you currently find yourself in." This is very beautiful as a message because I feel a lot of us divine feminines, because we desire to be with our divine masculine so much, we might think that, oh, I will work really hard to attract him and then I can be happy when he's here. Instead of, focusing on cultivating joy within ourselves, romancing ourselves, loving ourselves. So, what this does when we wait for our twin flame and we are not present with our joy, this repels the divine masculine because he's not really attracted to that energy. It's a bit needy if you think about it, because you're making your divine masculine your source when he really isn't. So he might place a boundary here, he might like ignore you a bit until you instead go within and choose to see God as your source. And you do your inner work, you focus on your joy, and that is what will really attract him. So, yeah, what do you ladies get from this card?
Yeah, like what I get is that the divine masculine, like he wants you to feel joyful and he like wants you to feel good. And yeah, in that card, there's like the big heart that's like shining and beaming, right? So it's like the divine masculine, like that's the truth of how he sees you. Like he sees you as like this radiant divine feminine. And yeah, he just like wants you to relax into your own like sense of feeling good. And yeah, like your twin flame, like he loves you so much that he just like wants you to love yourself first. He doesn't treat you the way he treats you to like make you feel bad about yourself. He does it because like he loves you and he wants you to shine and to allow yourself to radiate. And so yeah, that's what I get from that card, is that it's about allowing yourself to be joyful, and that he supports your joy and he supports your happiness. And yeah, it's not get discouraged like on the blocks, like the card says, like essentially don't get caught up in the blocks, don't get caught up in the circumstances, and like don't see it as the truth, but see like love as the truth, and that you can still feel good even when you're healing separation from your divine masculine.
Yeah, I think for me too is one of the things that comes to mind is that your twin flame can only really meet you in a place of peace and love. And so if you're living your best life and you're choosing to not wait for your twin flame to live your life, then they're able to meet you there. Because if you're continuing to wait, that is the energy that's going to be mirrored back to you because you are one with your twin flame. And so it's encouraging you not to wait to live life and to do the things that you love and to really have joy in every moment. It's a choice to choose happiness and joy, and to make sure that when you are in this place of healing, say you're in the space of separation you want to be able to have them come back and they'll be like, what'd you do during this time? And you talk about all the things that you did to grow and to really cultivate the life that you desire, instead of being like, I just sat here waiting for you to come back and I missed you the entire time. Like, that's not a very good energy. So make sure that you are really living life for you, and that is going to really attract your twin flame to you.
This is a really lit dialogue. I just have to say, like I'm really receiving a lot too. And one thing I just loved everything everybody has said so far. One thing I wanted to add is like sometimes, I mean, you can't fake joy, like you can't skip over what you have to work through to get joy, and true joy comes at the end of working through your feelings. Like I don't know if anybody's ever been to like a party and something was bothering you and you just couldn't have fun because you didn't process the thing that was bothering you. So the fastest way to joy for me, for a lot of us, is the mirror exercise, and to like go to what's not joyful, heal it, process it, and then you come to actual true joy at the end. So yeah, I really love what everybody has said so far, and just wanted to like give you permission to like work through your process, but that doesn't mean to sit in it, like to sit in the not peace. So that's, I think, what people are getting stuck with.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, yeah, you don't have to stuff down like bad feelings or like pretend that you're joyful or like, yeah, dismiss how you actually feel. But like Lisi said, like, yeah, you have to feel your feelings and like you have to feel something to heal it. And yeah, then on the other side of that is that peace and that joy. Yeah, I like that, Lisi. It was a really good point. Cool. So yeah, I can pull the next card. I'm using the Messenger Oracle. I've actually never used this deck before. It's just been sitting in the bookshelf. So yeah, this will be fun. The card that I just pulled is Change is Unavoidable. And it's a divine masculine. And yeah, he looks like he's like a tree. And there's like, if you look at the picture, it's kind of like yin and yang. There's like dark energy here, like kind of like dark night of the soul energy. And then on this side is like all this life and like sunlight and joy and just like a lot like lighthearted. And so yeah, I feel like this goes perfectly with the card that we just pulled about like moving through the feelings, move through the darkness to reach your joy and the good feeling. And yeah, what I feel like the divine masculine is saying here is like that, like the one constant in your life, the one constant in your union is change, and that like change in your union and change in yourself and your divine masculine, it's unavoidable. Like it's inevitable. Your harmonious union is inevitable when like you sincerely clear the blocks and do the inner work. And so yeah, I just feel like this is him saying like don't get caught up in the situation that you're in, and just know that things like will change, and that things are changing, and as you change, your divine masculine changes because you're one. And so yeah, and with that, I think it's also about like surrendering to changing yourself, like allow your twin flame to shape you. He's first your teacher. So yeah, like surrender to how he's shaping you. If he's setting boundaries with you, or if he's mirroring things to you, like allow yourself to undergo that transformation. Because like when you transform, he transforms, and your harmonious union is just about aligning with it vibrationally. And in order to do that, like you have to change your vibration. And you just do that by doing the mirror exercise, like Lucy shared, and loving yourself. So yeah, would anyone else like to share what they got from this card?
Yeah, you touched on like the one consciousness, and as you change, your twin flame changes. And I think that's where a lot of people will get kind of like hung up on, is it's just they can't wrap their mind around the fact that their twin flame changes simultaneously with them, because it's a mirror. There's never not a moment where they're not mirroring you. And one of the things that I've had to really hone in is that I have to be the change that I seek. I have to really treat myself and be with myself in the way that I desire my twin flame to be with me. And that comes to really not having to take things personally on the journey. That is probably one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn, is not taking personally what my twin flame shows me, because sometimes it's not fun. It's not a good time to see some of these deep beliefs that you've held on to that no longer serve you. But that's why Jeff and Chile have always guided us to not call in our twin flame unless we're really open and fully dedicated to doing the work and going all in the space of doing the inner work, because it's not compassionate if you don't have the tools to be able to heal what comes up and really love yourself in that space. And when you do that, that prevents you from creating resentment and judgment and all of those negative lower vibrations in your union, because you're seeing that they are just your ascension tool. They are your ascension buddy. They're here to help really love you and bring you into alignment. And so if you're having that opposite experience, it's an encouragement for you to really go deeper into this work and really ground what it means to have the mirror exercise and to do this work as a lifestyle, because you'll realize that what's coming up in your union has really actually been coming up this entire time through other people, but sometimes we don't really see it until it is our twin flame, because there's such love there that it's just like, oh, this doesn't feel good. I really do need to look at this and heal this. But know that your divine masculine is changing, and they desire to change. They really do desire to be the best version of themselves. I think a lot of divine masculines have to move through this feeling of not feeling worthy and enough for their divine feminine, feeling like maybe they don't have enough to provide or to give her. And so they do desire that change as much as you do.
Yeah, and going off of that too, like if you desire twin flame to change, and if you're upset that they're not changing, then yeah, you have to look within and look at where you're not changing. Because I move through this in my own union all the time, like feeling like my twin flame, my divine masculine is not changing. And then of course my ascension coach is like, okay, where are you not changing? I'm like, no, I'm changing. I am the spiritual awakened twin flame. I'm doing the inner work. But it's like, honestly, like if your twin flame is not changing somewhere, like just accept that that's what's happening, and that you really have to be honest with yourself. And like, yeah, maybe you are changing in certain places, but like it's time to go deeper, because it's like a continuous process. Like, sure, maybe you've already been doing spiritual work and like shadow work and stuff, and you feel like you've attained a lot already, but there is like always deeper to go. So it's just about like humbling yourself here.
Yeah. So what's the next card that we have for the divine masculine?
All right. Well, I've got the Power of Surrender deck. And I really want to say thank you to my divine masculine, Josh, for really like helping me to surrender a lot. Like just what we were just talking about. Like I had a tendency to not want to see what he was showing me. Like, that's not me. I don't do that. And that's just futile. It won't ever work. But it did take me a lot of unconditional love to be able to be compassionate with myself enough to like start to take an inventory of myself in a deeper way. Okay, I think the cards are ready. Divine Masculine wants you to surrender to complete healing. Surrender to complete healing. And here you've got a Divine Feminine walking into the ocean with a beautiful robe kind of blowing in the wind. And I just get a really warm, gentle feeling from this picture to kind of surrender into. I'm going to read the bottom. It says, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional and spiritual healing. I just get a like this feeling of like I don't know the right word, but I know the right sound. It's like ah, like just like oh, that's just great. Just kind of like a relaxed
Relief.
relief feeling. Hmm? What was that?
Relief. Yeah.
Yeah, relief. Yeah, exactly. Because I think, at least for me, and I've heard a lot of divine feminines talk about kind of feeling stressed or taking on too much, um, and not feeling relaxed and not feeling like you can totally let go and just be free in the moment. Um, and I just want to share, like, you don't have to go to the beach to get this feeling. Like, you don't have to wear a swooshy dress to have this complete healing. You can give that to yourself right now. And you can be really busy and be doing a lot of activities and be living your life purpose, you know, to the max and still have this like complete surrendered beauty feeling. And I know personally when I surrendered in each mirror exercise and actually like let myself complete step 4 all the way until I feel that relief, like everything else feels easy breezy. It's when I try to like jump to the next thing on the outside or not complete my healing that it's like developing like a big laundry pile of upsets, and then you start to feel stressed, and then that can cause like all sorts of built up emotional spiritual healing baggage. So yeah, I really like this card. I think it's a great message from the divine masculine.
Something I've noticed about this card is like there's an ocean and it says something about complete healing, and water is very symbolic of feelings.
Mhm.
So it's a perfect like symbolism of to get to complete healing, you need first to feel those feelings, whether they're good or bad, as with Christina's card, right? It was like, yeah, sometimes there's this dark feeling coming up and you need to work through it to get to the beautiful light feeling, because you really can't hold on to the upsets and keep them within you and then expect to experience joy. You can't fully experience that joy unless those blocks are healed.
Yeah, I feel like that card
Yeah.
is really. Oh, go ahead.
You're just fine.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I feel like that card is really about actually like surrendering the heaviness, like Lacey was saying before, like feel through it, but like don't hold on to it, and also surrender to yeah, like the healing that is happening in your union, and yeah, just like completely surrendering there. Like I was watching a class today, and Jeff was saying how like if you feel lost, if you feel confused, and if you feel upset, like just surrender. Just like let go of control and just accept that like this is how you feel right now and like move through it. And so yeah, I feel like that's what that card is about, is just to like just surrender to what's coming up, and yeah, like let go of like any control or like holding on to the bad feeling, and just allow it to flow through you and to move through you like a wave, right? Like the ocean.
Yeah, touching on like the control parts, I think that a lot of divine feminines have had to work on coming out of divine masculine energy and doing things on the outside and making things happen. And especially with this is something I'm healing, is not always taking advice from TikTok and what divine feminines and divine masculines should be doing, because those kinds of things don't work for your twin flame union, because your twin flame is you. And so what I've had to really learn is how to just release control of just not knowing kind of what is going to happen, just taking what's coming up step by step, and really relaxing into just being and being in the flow. And the more that I do that, and I'm really focused on what feels good and focusing on my life purpose, and I'm not in that twin flame obsession where am I, like your twin flame's always in the back of your mind, but they're not in the forefront of your mind to where you're kind of paralyzed and doing nothing and just waiting and twiddling your thumbs. But I find that when I'm in that energy and in that flow, it really, in invites my flame into my space because I'm relaxed into my divine feminine energy. And then my masculine can come into my space. And so it's really important to allow yourself to feel your body. As the divine feminines, we are really meant to be in our body and aware of our body, and you can feel in your core, in your chest, or in your throat a restriction. And for me, that lets me know where I'm trying to control or where I'm having an upset, and your body is always communicating to you. So as you allow yourself to surrender to your healing and feel your feelings and relax, you'll be able to start to catch on quicker when you're in that upset. Your body pretty much lets you know as you're going right into it. And so relaxing is going to be really important. And like Lisa said, you don't have to go to the beach to relax. You can set up a space in your home where you are like, this is my space where I want to just allow myself to listen to really gentle music or light some candles or have a bath, whatever it is. But I think it's really important for the divine feminine that part of our goal on a daily basis is really making sure we're giving ourselves that time to relax and to surrender and just be.
Yeah, I looked at like the next card of my deck, and it's exactly what you're talking about. It says embrace the feminine, which like is embrace your femininity, which is about receiving, about like relaxing and like letting go of like any masculinity, like your twin flame, your divine masculine. He wants you to surrender any masculinity that you're holding on to so that you can fully receive him. And yeah, and also it's like a very physical card too, right? It's like kind of like in your face, and that's what you were talking about, Kanisha, is like the feminine, your femininity in your body, being present with your body. And so yeah, and also that he can embrace you when you're in your feminine, but if you're like holding on to masculinity, then he can't love you there. And so yeah, it's safe to release any masculinity, any sense of control, or that you have to like do it all yourself and be the man and the woman. Just let all of that go and let yourself be a beautiful, relaxed, divine feminine. And for your man, let your man be your man. Yeah, so I got the card.
Yeah,
Also, I
and
feel
just to
like
touch on,
something
and for anyone who wants to know how to do that, you just can say out loud, I choose to surrender all masculine energy to my masculine. It could be just that simple.
yeah, and also a lot of times I feel like divine feminines I've seen confusing like taking the leadership energy in their union with being divine masculine, because I feel like a lot of divine feminines are like, I don't want to message my twin flame first. That's what men do, you know, and that's very common. So I wanted to touch on that a bit. Leadership is an energy that doesn't depend on whether you're divine feminine or divine masculine. Sometimes God may be asking you to take like the leadership in your union and reach out first, make the first move. That is okay, and it doesn't make you any less feminine. Just make sure that you are moving with God, and God's guidance is always perfect for you.
Amen. I wanted to just briefly share, Kanisha, you're getting lots of beautiful quotes or comments. Lex says, you look stunning, Kanisha. And I believe Fatima said, love your hair. So I love that. I thought I'd share. And I think anyone can ask a question in the comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that divine feminine energy, you want to make sure you're going within and just asking yourself, like, what were the beliefs that you held on to as a child about being a woman or what it meant to be a woman? For me, I think growing up, I was always seeing the divine feminine as below the divine masculine and not equal to the divine masculine. And so as I've gone within and really embraced who I truly am and also heal divine beauty, you get beautiful comments like that. It really has nothing to do with the outside. It has everything to do with your energy. And that is something that's really important about the twin flame journey is I know as divine feminines, I've done this. I'm totally 100% have been there, where I try to attract my masculine by the way that I look on the outside. And of course, you'll get a compliment or two, but that's not going to keep them. And so, as you truly heal your energy within, they are so attracted to you that they don't desire to be away from you or want to be anywhere else. They love being in your space because it's your energy, and your looks are a plus. They're just a bonus added to it. So you can absolutely heal anything just by going within. Because I think as you brought that up, I was like feeling into that. I was like, that's something that I didn't always have, where you got compliments. I always felt growing up I was an ugly duckling. And so I had to really look at these places where I had held on to beliefs that I had received from the masculine, and realize that I had to heal that in order to be able to receive my masculine fully in his divinity, and not see him from a space of ego, but see him in his divine self. And so just something I wanted to share with you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. That reminded me of a story because, like, what you're saying is true. Um, I remember a few years ago, I got really dolled up. I bought a new outfit and I had like professional makeup done. Like, I think it was like Sephora or something, did a makeover, got my nails done, put like all sorts of jewelry, and I had this really cool leather jacket thing that I wore. I drove over to Josh's house. I was like, oh, he won't be able to resist me now. And he resisted me. And, and then it was like when I was like in my t-shirt and like completely like relaxed and just having fun playing video games because I like to do that, he would come around. And when I was really, in the zone and just loving myself and had like an overflowing loving energy, like that I could like overflow into my union, like that's when he felt comfortable to be closer. Because like I can be really nurturing, like not when I'm trying to be nurturing, but like when I just am being myself, and he really likes that a lot. So, but I couldn't like I remember, oh, awesome, that's a cool
Oh,
card.
yeah, nourish the
Yeah.
soul. Yeah, I pulled that card as you were talking about. Yeah, like it's about like your soul. It's about like your energy with your twin flame.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes from Shalia is that you don't recognize your twin flame with your eyes. You recognize them, your soul recognizes them. And that was something like my divine, my divine masculine was the complete opposite of like, where I was like, God, I want this in a man physically, not like actual characteristics. Like I was like, I want a man who's 6'2". I can wear my heels and still be shorter than ridiculous things. That once I really healed, like at the core of what it was, which when I really sat with it, it was that I desired a masculine who was secure in his masculinity, and that was confident in himself, and allowed me to really relax into my divine femininity without having to put restrictions on it. And that is really what your masculine desires, is he desires for you to just be your natural, authentic self. If that means you do get dolled up every day, that's just shit, you're normal. Like that's perfectly fine. But if you're doing it out of wanting attention or seeking something from him, you're not going to receive it, and it's going to feel really bad, because your intention was to get something from him, instead of like, this actually makes me feel good, this is what I want for me. And by doing that, that's what you're going to attract him by. So recognizing that you'll realize your twin flame by your soul, and it's an energy. My twin flame is a very handsome, attractive man. I thought so at first, but like I wasn't attracted to him that way. It was absolutely his energy, his mind, his essence, the way he spoke. It was just something about his energy I was drawn to. And by him being his authentic self and getting to know him better, the physical attraction even grew even more. And so it's really having to recognize that's always going to be an energy. Like you said earlier, you can't fake joy. You can't fake being in harmony with your twin flame or faking happiness. Like it's not going to translate that way because they are you. They can't mirror anything else.
I love that. The card I pulled actually is very similar to that. And the title is Be Authentic. Again, more water, ocean, like more feelings. There's a butterfly also, transformation, and a swan, like a symbol of beauty. Be real and true to who you are and how you feel. It's a really beautiful thing with twin flames that you can be like just yourself, and your divine masculine will just be attracted to you, super attracted to you. You don't have to look a certain way, act a certain way. It's all your energy and you being yourself. And sometimes you might not feel so good. Like this has happened with me also. Sometimes, like some days, you get a lot of upsets, lots of inner work. And I've still noticed like my divine masculine doesn't mind that. He's really supportive on those days because obviously I've been claiming my support within myself. But yeah, it was a really beautiful thing to see that he is supporting me. He's not like, okay, you can work on your stuff. I'll be over there. I'm not talking to you or anything like that. He was really present, and that was really beautiful. I don't have to hide how I feel or pretend to just be happy so that he'll be attracted to me.
And same with the divine masculine. Like, I think it's important that the divine masculines know too, like your divine feminine loves you no matter what kind of car you drive, what your car is, what your income is. Like, she deeply loves you at the core for who you are. And it kind of touches back again on how a lot of the divine masculines have a pretty deep upset about worthiness and feeling enough for the divine feminine and being able to provide and protect and give her all that she desires. But it's God moving through you to give to her. It's not you just giving to her. Like, it's you partnering with God in this space and God being your ultimate lover and then moving through you to give to your divine feminine. And so I really just want to touch on those for the masculines who are watching, like your divine feminine just desires you. And it's really important that you are honoring your boundaries and honoring yourself being a high valued masculine and what that means for you, and making sure that you are honoring, respecting yourself in every way so that you have that mirrored back to you by your twin flame, by your divine feminine.
Yeah, I feel like the essence of what you both shared is about like releasing unworthiness, like thinking that like you're not enough for your twin flame, like anyway. And yeah, like knowing that you are perfect for your twin flame and they are perfect for you, and that you don't have to like pretend to be something you're not, put on like a mask or anything like that. And you don't even have to like hide how you feel, like we say come to your twin flame from a place of peace, like reach out to them like when you feel peaceful, but doesn't mean that you have to like control yourself and that like you can't have bad days. It just means to like not like emotionally dump onto your twin flame or like come from a place of like neediness or like seeing them as your source. So yeah, like it's safe to be upset about things, and it's safe to like not feel like this all the time, like super like happy, and like you can just like be annoyed if you want to, you can be grumpy if you want to, like move through that and just love yourself through it. And so yeah, because we're human, we are people, so it's safe to just like embrace that and yeah, be yourself. And I feel like that's what you were talking about, Christine, like when you're having like a lot of inner work come up or like you're having a bad day, your man's just like supporting you, he's like there for you, he doesn't like withdraw his love from you or like think, oh, Christine, I don't like her today, she's not up to my standard. No, he loves you no matter what. And so yeah, it's about loving and accepting yourself unconditionally. Yeah, the divine masculine loves your soul, he loves your heart.
That won't stop him from putting up boundaries, however. And that's how he's going to love you unconditionally, is if he's got to put up boundaries, you have to respect those boundaries. You don't have to seek it as like your truth. Like where he's setting boundaries is he's just showing you where you're choosing the lie and inviting you to choose the truth, inviting you into align into love in that space. And so again, if I can ground anything in anyone's consciousness, it's having to really understand that it's not personal, it's just a mirror. And one of my favorite things that I hear is like, you don't wait for the mirror to smile at you first. You have to smile first, and then the mirror smiles back. And so having to keep that in mind, but that isn't permission to judge yourself or permission to see yourself as broken or needing to heal a lot and coming to a place of perfection before you get to be in union with your twin flame. It's an opportunity to have compassion for yourself and the places where you continue to choose something that actually isn't aligned with your divine self, that isn't aligned with your union. And as you allow yourself to see that and have love and compassion for yourself in that space, you'll be able to move through it so much quicker and have your twin flame mirror that back to you. So we have about 10 more minutes or so. Do we have any other questions, or do we want to pull maybe one or two more cards?
I have a card I can pull. I can maybe only. So let's see. I got surrender, procrastination, and then there's a stairway. And the bottom says, now's the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. So it's a kind of interesting card to take our dialogue in a maybe a new direction, or maybe like extending what we've already been discussing.
What I'm getting for it is do not procrastinate on your ascension.
Yeah.
Get
exactly.
into that inner
Oh my God.
get into too fast, y'all. Like, and then that light right there at the end of the staircase is your union. Like, it's already yours. You're that close. But it's really about understanding like your union is so worth investing in. Like I can't even put it into words.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like those of you who are watching this are hearing what we're sharing. But we didn't just like have an aha moment one day and suddenly got every single download and now we're set. We each of us has been taking these steps. This is a stairway of Twin Flame Ascension School. Like we have been avid students committing to the teachings of union that Jeff and Shalia shared with us. Like we don't want to beat around the bush anymore. Like there is a path. You don't have to cut through the wilderness over here. Right? Like this path to like actually getting to the point of surrendering and receiving your divine masculine, all the concepts that we all talked about. There's a way to get there. Like it's not just a concept. It's like you learn it through Twin Flame Ascension School. And so like I notice a lot of people waiting to join. And if you want to join the school and you feel stuck about it, like you're wondering about money or is it going to work, you can talk to an ascension coach who can really help you see, because each one of us have had to work through the challenge of joining the school. I actually just joined right away, so but I understand the challenges that some of you are facing, and so do all of the ascension coaches here in Twin Flames universe. So like, yeah, your divine masculine is like, don't wait anymore to get the support that you need to release all of the blocks to love and be with me from the divine masculine's point of view.
Yeah, like things like for one of the first cards we got, was like change is unavoidable, but you have to start by like making the choice to change. And yeah, part of doing that is like claiming your support and willing to do something different. And so yeah, like now is the time, your twin flame is saying like don't procrastinate, take action. And that's how you claim your power and your union. Like your union is not outside of you. You don't have to wait for it. You take the action steps by like claiming your support, doing the inner work, and just healing the blocks that come up. And yeah, when you do that, your union is inevitable, and it's just about, yeah, taking it one step at a time, one step of the staircase, just the one that you can see in front of you right now. And yeah, I've been continuing to pull cards, and like as we were talking about, you know, claiming your support, the two cards that I got were like wash away your burdens and embrace spirit. So what I'm getting from that is like, yeah, like allow yourself to have love and have God like wash away your burdens, like wash away the upsets and the things that don't feel so good, and embrace like the love that's in the situation, the love that is here for you, the healing and the change and the transformation, and allowing yourself to make that shift in your perspective. It's, yeah, it's very like liberating, and you don't have to continue to like feel bad on your journey. You can feel really good, and you can like embrace it.
Do we have
Yeah,
time for
and I
a
think the
question?
other thing too is, do we have a question?
We did have a question, but I think we both started talking at the same time.
That's okay. What is the question?
Let's see. Well, Lital asks, can I please have a card read?
I got one for you. It says, "You were born to create." That's,
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what I was going to touch on, was that this is really a self-love journey so that you can create the life that you truly desire. Like, it's one of the things that I really loved about Twin Flame Ascension School and finding Jeff and Shalia was that they reminded me that it's actually okay to have a huge dream, because if I do it with God, then I can absolutely have that dream. And I was going to say that I think, I don't know if some of you guys have seen posts of some of the divine feminines. Michaela comes to mind, of like what we look like prior to Twin Flame Ascension School, and then the massive glow ups that we've had since being in Twin Flame Ascension School, because it is a self-love journey. And it surprises me when I look back 5 years, like where I was and where my thought process was and my beliefs about God and about life in general, to where I am now, to being, I can have anything that I desire, that I think of. Like, I can absolutely move through any upset that tells me I can't have it. And then God always shows up and literally hands it to me better than I could have even imagined it myself. And so that's one of the reasons why I deeply love Twin Flame Ascension School, is because it just reminds you to dream bigger, and you get to see the students from beginning to end. Beginning of not knowing who their twin flame is, or not being in communication with their twin flame, to some of them are now married and have babies and living their best life. Like, it's like you can't deny anymore that you have what it is that you need to be able to have your union. Now it's just a simple choice on if you're going to go all in for yourself and claim that for yourself.
And I know that it can feel easy to look at those couples that are in harmonious union, married, and say, "Oh, they must have had it easy." You might say that to yourself. No, they did the work. They faced the challenges, and maybe it's different on the outside than what you have, but they did the work of the teachings of union and committed to the inner work and spiritual practices. So you can too.
that's
And
like
your divine masculine wants to be in union with you, wants to be with you as much as you want to be with them.
Exactly. And like literally no twin flame couple has it easy. From what I've seen, like reading everyone's post here, everyone has their own challenges. This doesn't mean you can't overcome your own challenges, but they are there for everyone. It's not like the harmonious union couples are the lucky chosen ones. And the difference between them and people that haven't reached their harmonious union yet is that the people who are in harmonious union, they didn't focus on, oh, the reason I'm not in union is because my twin flame is doing this, he's not talking to me, he has blocked me, he does this, he does that. They instead took that as an opportunity to heal what's going on within them, which is really the true cause of separation. It's not what your divine masculine is doing, it's a representation of a spiritual block that you get to heal within yourself, and then you no longer experience it. That's how powerful you are as a creator.
So a good place to start, if you don't have TFAS or anything yet, is to definitely get the introductory course on the website. It's free. You get 8 lessons, and yeah, then you get access to like free content of TFAS and LPC and all of the e-courses. So yeah, definitely hop on that opportunity. It teaches you the mirror exercise and also like the dynamic of your union, and yeah, like it touches on important like fundamental elements. And so yeah, definitely check that out. We'll have it comment in the comments below.
All right, how's everyone feeling? Complete here? Perfect. All right, well, thank you everyone for who joined us and asked questions, and definitely continue to check us out on Fridays when we have these lives so we can answer all of the questions that you have regarding your twin flame union. And if there's certain topics that you would love for us to cover, definitely put that in the comments. But I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day, and you take care.